What would you say is the most dangerous aspect of the game?
I think there's probably two areas. I'm not going to say the scrum because I think the RFU have done a lot to deal with the scrums in recent years. I'd say the tackle is still a big issue. Argument over what is and what is not a high tackle. So the height of tackle becomes crucial. And also defensive ruck. So if I'm going in to try and turn over the ball, I'm sticking my head down into a very dangerous position and often getting cleaned out. I think we need to look at player safety in that area.
Why do you think that there are more concussions now than ever before?
I think player size has increased dramatically over the last few years. Lots of players spend a lot of time in the gym, so they're bigger, they're stronger, they're fitter, they're faster, and therefore impact speeds have increased drastically. I also believe that we're reporting on these things more, so I think the statistics are there because we're looking for it. So maybe that has inflated the statistics recently as well.
If you could change one aspect of the game to improve player safety, what would it be?
Tackle height, definitely tackle height. I think it's still a grey area and open to interpretation by referees. I know there's cameras on the pitch side at top flight games and there's assistant referees, but it's still a grey area. In most games there are no cameras, the referee can't go back and look at a camera, so he needs to be able to make an instant decision based on safety. So I think if it was set at, I don't know, nothing above waist height or the bottom rib, something like that, that would be much, much clearer and takes the impact area away from the neck.
Would you say the benefits of rugby outweigh the risks involved?
Definitely. I think there are risks in every aspect of life. I think part of growing up is learning about risks and hazards and how to manage them and how to deal with them. So if you are taught and coached rugby correctly and safely and taught how to handle and manage those risks, the risks are significantly reduced. And obviously there's the respect and teamwork and discipline, all those things that come from rugby, and obviously the sportsmanship and most of all the enjoyment and friendships you gain outweigh any risks. I mean, when you look at it in total, the amount of rugby games that go on throughout the country, throughout the world, the number of injuries are quite small. So therefore I think the risks are definitely worth taking.
Do you think the RFU is doing enough to try and make the game as safe as possible?
I think the RFU are working really, really well to try and develop the safety aspects of rugby. I've coached from under 7 right through to under 16 level, and the Rugby Continuum has really, really helped me. Introducing, well, they've been starting off at non-contact, small-sided games looking at skill development. Then they introduce sort of contacts introduced later, 3-man scrums uncontested before they build up into contested and in bigger numbers. Rucking isn't introduced until later on. So I think filtering all those skills in really, really develops risk awareness and safety. I think the one thing that I might like to see more of is a club community sort of level, grassroots level. Often the coaches are well-meaning parents, which is how it's got to be, and I totally agree with that, but a well-meaning parent isn't necessarily a safe parent. So perhaps a system whereby before they're allowed to do any coaching at all, maybe they coach with a qualified coach for a number of weeks just to develop their skills before, as quickly as possible, going and doing some kind of qualification.
Would you say rugby is too dangerous to be played at schoolboy level?
Absolutely not. No. I think it's a fantastic game. enjoyed by thousands of people throughout the country, worldwide. The enjoyment, the physicality, the teamwork, all that you gain from it is amazing. I've played rugby since I was a kid. I've coached rugby, I've taught it in schools, I've coached club teams, county teams, and the enjoyment and the discipline and the respect that rugby gains can't be gained through anything else. And totally, I would say that schoolboy rugby is something that we have to keep for future generations.